Man Be Man is back.
Oh, okay, boys, do it again. Oh my gosh, the ring got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered. You know what I'm saying? It's true. You know what I'm saying? But oh, look at that! Oh my God!
This is your boy. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash True Inferno. And let's get straight into it. I have a pretty good feeling that this is going to be a long video. So last week was E3 week, as we all knew, and it's now in the books. So this past Saturday, I gave you my reaction video. Now this time, I'm going to give you a different reaction video in regards to E3. This one involving my 10 questions and answers. So 2 weeks ago, I did a video and I basically asked 10 questions in regards to E3 and I answered them, basically give you my predictions of what those answers to the questions will be. So basically the teacher graded my answers. Let's see if I got them right. Now, and then I typed this up and posted on a forum already. So I'm gonna read everything based on what I typed and posted already. So let's get into it with the first question. How much would the Scorpio cost and will it sell at that price? Now remember, I said, now Review Tech USA had talked about this system a lot and I listened to everything he said. The Scorpio is said to be extremely powerful and will have a lot of gizmos and gadgets and all of these fancy specs inside of it. With all of that said, how much will this system cost? Review Tech USA believes that this system will cost $600 United States dollars. I think it'll cost $500. I can see 600 as well, but I think it'll be 500. Not at that price, will it sell? The answer is no. This system will not sell if it's more than 400, but if Microsoft sell at that price, they won't make any money and they'll be losing money per system sold. So I think Microsoft is in a tight spot and they should never work on the Scorpio. Well, I was right here. The Xbox One, formerly the Scorpio, is 500 United States dollars. Now, will it sell at that price? More than likely, no. I think the Xbox fanboys would get it, but seeing how I have a custom-made Call of Duty Xbox One already, not One S, but the regular Xbox One, but it's like custom-made, Call of Duty custom-made, that is, and I don't play Xbox like that, I'm not getting the Xbox One X. So, there you go with that. Next question. Any more systems coming out this year? Now, I said there are rumors of a PlayStation 5 coming out next year, starting by a guy named Damien. He's worth mentioning because he's been correct in his past predictions in regards to the PS4 Slim and the PS4 Pro. I hope he's wrong about that prediction. Furthermore, there are rumors of a PS Vita 2 to go against the Nintendo Switch. Now, despite the Switch being released this past March, Nintendo is coming out with another one. It's the SNES Classic Edition. Remember, Nintendo discontinued the NES Classic Edition despite them making a crap ton of money off of it. Now they're really making a killing off of this since it's a replica of one of the best systems of all time. They're the best in my opinion, as stated in my top 10 gaming systems of all time videos. Go watch that video, by the way. So, no other systems were announced from Sony or Nintendo, unfortunately. More unfortunate on the Nintendo side, but semi-fortunate on the Sony side, talking about that PlayStation 5. Next question. Number 3. Of all the games confirmed so far, which game or games will be the biggest? And I said Super Mario Odyssey will be the biggest. It will somewhat have the same treatment as Legend of Zelda for the Switch did. The reason why I say somewhat because Nintendo will have other games to show, like Splatoon 2, which is confirmed, and other games that aren't officially confirmed. I'm also looking forward to the return of NBA Live with NBA Live 18. Can they compete or surpass NBA 2K? Well, Star Fox Battlefront 2 is one. They have improved the game big time since Battlefield 1. Super Mario Odyssey is the obvious one as well. I got that part correct. Splatoon 2 and NBA Live 18 were there, but they weren't as big. Question number 4. Which game or games that are not confirmed will be the biggest? I say this and I said this in that video. I say this every damn year. Kingdom Hearts 3 with a freaking release date. Now, I'm not confident in that as I'm hearing rumors that the game won't be released until 2020. I hope that's not true. Another game in the same boat as Kingdom Hearts 3 is Final Fantasy VII Remake. So far, we know that this would be broken down into episodes, but a release date would be nice as well. I'm not going to say Elder Scrolls 6, but I will say a game that will have the open world aspect of Elder Scrolls, the upcoming Assassin's Creed game, also God of War, and The Last of Us Part 2 will be big as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the YouTube citizens, I am happy to announce 2 games that were not confirmed, but they were the biggest there. Metroid 4 for the Switch. Metroid Prime 4 for the Switch. Yes, it is official. It's now in development, and I'm happy for it. Another one, Pokemon RPG game on the Switch. So we heard rumors of Pokemon Stars being on the Switch. Well, this one don't have a title. It's not called Pokemon Stars, but it is in the works as well. But moving on from those 2, Beyond Good and Evil 2, The Evil Within 2, Wolfenstein 2, or Wolfenstein, how you pronounce that? A lot of 2s, by the way. Far Cry 5, and obviously Assassin's Creed Origins. God of War is one, since it's have a release date. No Kingdom Hearts 3, as it was shown at a Kingdom Hearts concert like a few days prior to E3, and no Final Fantasy VII Remake. Question 5. Will Overwatch last as the king of shooters? And I said, interesting question. Call of Duty is going back to the quote-unquote feet on the ground mentality with World War II. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is coming, as well as Destiny 2 and Splatoon 2, again with the 2s. And yes, it is a shooter, barely. Splatoon 2, that is. Battlefield is having that in the name of the Tsar, how you pronounce that word, expansion. So no new Battlefield game. But it'll be tough to dethrone Overwatch. And if Blizzard do something new, like an expansion or even a sequel, then it's really over. Well, Star Wars 2 will be a huge contender. Call of Duty World War 2, a lot of 2s, by the way. Call of Duty World War 2 could be a contender as well. I'm not seeing much from Destiny 2 or Splatoon 2 to make them contenders. So, right now, Overwatch have the lead for now. But when Battlefront 2 drops, it will be a battle. Call of Duty could make some noise, but not enough to take the crown back. Question number 6. What will Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo do? Let's see. And I said this. Sony have won E3 among companies that will make gaming systems for a number of years now. So what can they do this year? Let's look at the negative. Virtual reality. PlayStation VR will probably dominate their conference. More info on that new God of War, Detroit Become Human, Days Gone, Spider-Man, Uncharted The Lost Legacy, and Death Stranding. I'm also expecting Last of Us 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Call of Duty World War 2, and I heard they were showing multiplayer finally, and Destiny 2. Now the question is if they'll show anything from Square Enix. If they do, and they show Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy VII Remake, then Sony will win for sure. If they don't, then it'll be really close again. However, if that rumor about a PlayStation Vita 2 is true, then depending on how it looks, the specs, price, and release date, Sony will win with or without showing any Square Enix games. Microsoft will counter with the Scorpio, obviously. Aside from focusing most of their conference on the new system, I'm expecting a new Forza, Sea of Thieves, and State of Decay 2. The issues is if they'll show Crackdown 3, not 2, this year. I think they'll get Borderlands 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Middle-earth Shadow of War. We'll get more backwards compatibility as well, and something from Rare. Microsoft is in a jam as Halo 6 will not be at E3 this year, and no new Gears of War is coming. For now, at least. So I think Microsoft will focus on third-party games and the Scorpio. As for Nintendo, they may have a chance here. The Switch is off to a good start, much better than the Wii U. As I said, Mario Odyssey will be the star for Nintendo this year, but this won't be their only game. They'll show Splatoon 2, Xenoblade 2, and an interesting one in Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. With the Switch out in stores, there are more games coming out and the potential is through the roof. The question is if that potential will be revealed at E3 this year. From rumored games like Pokemon Stars, an actual Pokemon game that is for a system and that isn't handheld, and Super Smash Bros. For the Switch, to games we wanted like Metroid, Punch-Out, and Pikmin. Another thing they said that the Switch will have is third-party games. They just released a Street Fighter 2 game for the Switch, and I saw the image for NBA 2K18 on the Switch. Seeing how that Mario/Rabbids crossover involves Ubisoft, that's a step in the right direction. Now, starting with Sony. PlayStation VR, they got 6 games that they showed off. Okay. We also got God of War with the release date, nice. Call of Duty World War II with no multiplayer on Sony's press conference at least. Destiny 2, again, no multiplayer. Days Gone, Spider-Man, Uncharted The Lost Legacy. No new systems of any kind, no Kingdom Hearts 3, no Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and not even Death Stranding. Also, Last of Us 2 was shown elsewhere. We got Horizon DLC, Monster Hunter World, and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. As for Microsoft, I mostly got this right, except Borderlands 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, and something from Rare. Microsoft focused on showing games aside from the Xbox One X. Some of these games are interesting, like Metroid Exodus, State of Decay 2, Microsoft with cross-play, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Crackdown 3 with a release date, and Anthem. Finally, Nintendo. I got this right. Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 2, Xenoblade 2, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Now, did they take advantage of games that could potentially be on the Switch and that are huge? Somewhat. They announced Metroid 4 and Pokemon RPG on the damn Switch. No Punch-Out or Smash Brothers. As for what they showed Kirby, Pokken, Yoshi Yarn all on the Switch, Fire Emblem Warriors, I think on the Switch, I don't remember, DLCs for Zelda, and Rocket League with crossplay. Question number 7. What to expect from the other 4? EA, and I said EA will start things off, so let's start with them. The usual games will be there, FIFA and Madden. Also, NBA Live is back, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 will be there as well. More than likely, a new Need for Speed will be announced as well, and maybe a new golf game that they announced a few E3s ago. Bethesda is next, and I have no clue what to expect from them aside from Quake Champions. They could reveal Wolfenstein and or The Evil Within. Furthermore, more addition to Skyrim 5 as well. As for Ubisoft, I already mentioned Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle and Assassin's Creed. However, don't forget about Far Cry 5, that new South Park, a new Rayman game, and Steep for the Switch. They could surprise us with another game, but I doubt it. Finally, we got Square Enix. I have not heard anything about a Square Enix Presents this year. I think they'll still do one, but I'm not that confident that they'll do it. I'm hoping for Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Also expect another Final Fantasy game, possibly Thief, and I heard rumors of another Tomb Raider. Well, starting with EA, I got everything right except for a new golf game. I think they gave up on that, or at least they gave up on showing it at E3. I don't know what to do with that golf game. They also showed an indie game called A Way Out and brought us a teaser for Anthem. Not bad. As for Bethesda, everything they showed are coming out this year. I was right with what I said and more. Virtual Reality Doom and Fallout 4, Dishonored DLC, The Evil Within 2 drops Friday, October the 13th. Wow. Wolfenstein 2 out this year as well, so this is very nice. Ubisoft's turn. I was mostly right here with Mario plus Rabbids, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry 5, South Park with a release date finally. Steep DLC, I don't think they mentioned the Switch though. They might have, I don't recall. And another game is The Crew 2. Skulls and Bones, Beyond Good and Evil 2, and oh gosh, Just Dance 2018. And oh my God, Square Enix. They did do a Square Enix Presents, but it was so boring and not worth watching, and I was just way off there. Question number 8. What game or games will make me puke and start a riot if announced? And I said normally I would say another damn Walking Dead game or something related. Not this time. That game or expansion or whatever it was came out already prior to E3. So I'll have to say a crap ton of VR games. Well, Bethesda and Sony show VR games, but not enough to make me puke. What did piss me off is what Square Enix did and did not do. Their presentation was the biggest garbage I have seen at E3. Question number 9. Which video game company outside of those that make systems will have the best showing? And I said, if there's a Square Enix Presents, then Square Enix will win. If not, then I have to go with Ubisoft. This is strictly because they have the most games that will be there, or I expect to be there. Well, I was wrong with my original pick. Square Enix came in last place. It came down to Bethesda and Ubisoft. Ubisoft showed more games, some good like Mario plus Rabbids, Assassin's Creed, South Park, Skull and Bones, Far Cry 5, and Beyond Good and Evil 2, and some bad like Steep in the Crew 2. Let's see. And I meant to say Bethesda show Wolfenstein 2, The Evil Within 2, Dishonored DLC, and everything that they show are coming out this year. Ubisoft had more fire, so I'm going with Ubisoft with Bethesda in second and EA in third, with a decent showing led by Battlefront 2 and Anthem. Last question. Is Sony in trouble of keeping its crown from Microsoft and Nintendo? Who wins? Sony, and I said Sony must show Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 7 to win. Or if they show PS2 Vita or PS Vita 2 and it's good, then they'll win with that. Nintendo got the best shot with the games they could or will show for the Switch. Nintendo Scorpio will either make or break their press conference. With that out the way, I'm picking Nintendo to regain the crown. Well, seeing how Sony did neither, they finished in last place. So who took the crown? Along with the smallest and supposedly powerful system in their form of the Xbox One X, Microsoft sold off a crap ton of games. There were some big ones, but they were mostly third-party games like Assassin's Creed, Anthem, that new Metro, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and Middle-earth Shadow War. As for Microsoft games, they got Crackdown 3, Cuphead, Sea of Thieves, and State of Decay 2 as their best games. Nintendo has less, but Mario plus Rabbids and Xenoblade 2 combined with Super Mario Odyssey, Metroid Prime 4, and an RPG Pokemon title for the Switch, and all those games for the Switch really influenced my decision. Therefore, the winner is Nintendo, but it was very close. So there you have it. Nintendo won the battle of the systems at E3, while Ubisoft won the battle between the four. So yeah, man, that would do it for this video right here. So yeah, with all that out the way, y'all know who this is. This is the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all. Now see y'all next time. Yeah.